Hey y'all, how's everybody doing? Happy Thursday. Hey J Truth, how you doing? Hey allegedly. Hey Stephanie Horton. Jay says, come on when I'm working. Child, I have to do it when I have time. Yes, it's absolutely serious. You tired of working, child, ain't we all? Hey, oh, but anyway, how's everybody doing? I hope that you guys are enjoying your Thursday. Please let me know if you could hear me. I'm on my headphones right now, so it's always iffy when I come on these headphones as to whether I'm loud enough. Hey Monroe, how you doing? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's okay. I realize it's been a couple of days, but yeah, life happens. Life happens. Like I said, let me hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. So today, I want to speak a little bit on the true crime case of Shanquella Robinson. I'm sure everybody's heard of her case right now, and it's so sad what happened to this beautiful young woman. And I just want to come in and really give my take on the situation. You guys know I like true crime stories. Shanquella, from what I understand, from what I've been hearing, her case kind of a little bit reminds me of the Kanika Jenkins case, only up to a point. Only up to a point. Because these people, this group of people, they are adults. They are a lot older than Kanika and her friends. But what reminded me of the case was the fact of the little whole part of jealousy and envy, and you have to be careful with who you call your friend. You know, and so I think that sometimes people use that word way too loosely, in my opinion. Hey, truth never fails. Miss Oh, good morning. Hope you're having a great. Oh, I am having a great week. Thank you for saying that. Yes. Couldn't. Yeah. I was just saying it. Yep. You're right. Thanks for letting me know that you can hear me. Truth never fails. I'm doing fine. J Truth, how you doing? Um, it does have yes, it has a couple of similarities. Hey, Uncle Cloud, how you doing, love? And so yeah, Cloud, you know I was gonna come on here and talk about it because y'all know I love true crime. But like I said, it's so unfortunate what happened to this young woman. From what I understand, Shanquella, she was loved by her family, graduated high school, graduated in college. I don't know if she cheered in high school or college or both. But she was a very successful hair braider, from what I understand, in North Carolina. Um, I also understand that she had a successful clothing boutique, doing really well for herself, her family. You could tell that her family loved her. They say she loved to vacation, just really upwardly mobile in her life. She was 25 years old. And so, but for her life to be taken so tragically, it's just really very sad. And it just don't make no sense. But we are living in very perilous times, and you have to guard yourself, not only your heart, your mind, and your soul. You have to guard your physical body. You have so much jealousy and envy going on in the world to where this case right here is just really not even shocking. I think that we have become um, what do you call it? We have become um, used to this sort of thing, if you will. And because of that, a lot of stuff has been going around on the internet about it. That is one thing. The story has gone viral. Um, Much like the Kanika Jenkins case went viral. And like I said, there are similarities when it comes to the whole friend situation, boys and girls in the situation, jealousy, envy, desensitized. Thank you, Marsh, baby. That's the word I was looking for. Um, but we know when it comes to Kanika, nobody was ever arrested, in her case. None of the so-called friends, that whole group was never arrested. None of these people have been arrested yet. But a couple of people have started out, um, pretty much going on the internet trying to plead their case on the internet. And so also I heard that their passports have been revoked. I heard that uh, passports have been revoked, and I heard that maybe the FBI has started to look into the case. We know that the internet can be used for good as well as evil, so that I'm glad that this case went viral, and for that reason, Perhaps the FBI will take a look at it, because at first they said that the Mexican authorities didn't find any foul play, and the embassy, when the embassy was contacted, the embassy felt that there hadn't been any foul play. I mean, clearly there's foul play here at in the situation. So they pretty much weren't going to do anything about it at first, but it has gone viral. This is an international case. Um, you live close to Charlotte, Kim? Wow, that is so unfortunate. And yeah, but because it's an international case, because it's gone viral, hey Lex, I'm glad you're here. So maybe you can help me out with some of the details. It's just I've been listening to a lot of the T videos, and everybody got an opinion, but this what differs for me when it comes to the Kanika Jenkins case, is the fact that, and I watched some of your videos too, Lex. What differs for me when it comes to the Kanika Jenkins case is that this is not, there is not this much that much is that much mystery. This case, in my opinion, is pretty cut and dried. There are it was one villa involved, not a hotel. These people are adults. They're 24, 25, maybe older years in age, and they clearly knew what they were doing. Um, so I just it's just a lot going on here, and clearly, in my opinion, it was a setup. Because, like I said, these people are this just didn't happen by accident, you know. And so, but to lure somebody to their death, is I would like to know the details, like why, like why did y'all decide to, you as adults, why did y'all decide to lure this woman to her death? Was it simply because she was doing so good, or was there something else, going on that nobody's told us about, you know? So anyway, I went and got some, but there are a few facts, a few things that we know for sure, not hearsay. Professionals would just foul play before. Right, right. It's disturbing that professionals would just say no foul play before investigating. But I mean, like, what do you expect when it comes to melanated people? Especially in international countries like Mexico, they don't want to deal with it. You know what I mean? And for the U.S. embassy to just go by what the Mexican officials stated is beyond me. But like I said, I am not surprised because this is a group of melanated people. So, and I remember a few years back, several years back, when there was a young woman, I can't think of her name, she was an Anglo woman, and she was involved in they charged her with the murder of a woman. She was Italian, and they charged her with that murder. It was a group of friends involved. I think that she was going to school over there or something like that. A group of friends, but they charged this American Anglo woman with this murder. The Italian officials did, and it took a lot to get her home, and so I kind of thought about that case too. I can't remember the woman's name, but she since came home. She made a book about it. And it's Natalie Holloway. Thank you, allegedly. Absolutely, Natalie Holloway. No, 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 not Natalie Holloway. She was in like one of these Pacific Islands or something like that. I'm talking about this. This happened in Italy, not Natalie Holloway. I know you're talking about some. Seven said. Let me read this first. Sack says they in Mexico, and it's black people. They're not going all out. No, they're not going all out to investigate. And I also uh Seven said it's her parents opening an investigation on these people. Well, her parents contacted the FBI. They had, from what I understand, they flew her body. It took them. They had to pay $6,000 to bring her body home. They had an autopsy over here. They said that they will hire a private investigator if they had to. From what I understand, the mom or the dad or both of them contacted the FBI. And so the parents are also the one, from what I understand, contacted the American embassy over there in Mexico initially. But it seems like we have to go an extra mile. Yeah, Amanda, somebody, yes. Uh-huh. Oh, thank you, Red Snapper. Jane Grace says this is so sad. That's why I don't have Frank Chow. People like it switch up, right? You know, it didn't even friends of friends, right? Right? And so Amanda Knox, that is absolutely her name. Thank y'all so much. Amanda Knox is what I was talking about. Yep, yep. So anyway, like I said, I went and found an article, and I kind of want to start there, because just let me say, um, I really feel in my gut that this was some kind of setup. I feel like this young woman was lured to Mexico by not only friends but also friends of friends. And I don't know if they meant to kill her or if they meant to just kind of put her in her place, if you will, because she was doing so well. Like I said, jealousy and envy is a very, very, very treacherous things. This speaks in the Bible about how destructive and demonic jealousy and envy can be. You know what I mean? And so you always have to be careful of things like that. You have to be careful of your surroundings. You know, like I don't even understand why um I have always been a critical I side out everybody, right? Me, that's the kind of person I am. That is just my nature, right? I don't trust a lot of people outside of my circle, and my circle is mostly comprised of my family members. So if I were going on vacation, even to another state, let alone and absolutely not out of the country, um, I'm not going to be vacationing with my so-called friends. I will be vacationing with my family. Okay, that's just how I am. Um, and I don't. But you know, in this situation, these people are all adults, and you can't tell grown people what to do. You know, and they said the girl was real nice. But one of her friends, the reason why I got this picture up here, even before I go to the article, this guy right here on your right at the top, he's got on a hat. It's got the N, I guess it's the NY, the logo on it. This is supposed to be her friend for over 5 years. His name is Khalil. Now, they also stated that Khalil is one of the persons that filmed the video. So my thing is, has supposed to be your friend for over 5 years, this Khalil guy. Why in the world would you sit back and watch your friend be so brutally beaten if this is your friend? That's why I titled the video, What About Your Friends, right? So you've been knowing this girl, your whole family knows. The whole family evidently knows him. I saw a video of one of her family members, a male, speaking of the friend Khalil. He has said that the friend Khalil and Quella have been knowing each other for 5, 6, or maybe 7 years. He's supposed to be her friend, but so if you're her friend and you are a male, right? Why are you sitting back and watching this girl? The girl is not even fighting back. I went and watched the video. It took me forever to go back and watch the actual video. It is not until I seen it going down the stream of the Daily Mail to where I clicked on the video. I did not want to see it, right? And I didn't want to see it. But you're taping the video of your longtime so-called friend being beaten. She's not fighting back. She's naked. It looked like the girl may have jumped her coming out of the bathroom or something. I don't know what the situation was, why she was not clothed. There have been I also heard that one of the family members said that they suspect that she may have been all worded. You know what I mean? Was Is that why she was naked? I heard another person say that the so-called boyfriend, the Nazir person, allegedly likes to drug women before he, you know what, with them. I've heard some videos of him. Sometimes you need to say less, and the more he talks, the more he comes online and talks, the guiltier he sounds. You know, it just don't make no sense. But I said, like I said, this Khalil person has supposed to have been her friend, and a couple of these people were friends of friends, right? And so you, like I said, you always have to watch out for your surroundings. I also heard that supposedly the friends and the friends of friends, they all put in on this, you know, vacation, you know, paid for the villa and whatnot. so that how you put it on your vacation so you won't have to pay as much individually. It was that sort of thing going on. And so yeah, but the video is very disturbing. I was like, wow. I mean, these are adults. These are not even 16 and 17-year-old high school children. These are adults. That Shanquella was 25 years old. Um, these people are clearly grown people. So why in the world are you putting your hands on another grown adult? Especially when this grown, you are beating her mercilessly. She is not even fighting back. Like, what has come over you? Right? And so I also found, but the mystery, we always got to, I even seen a video where people were trying to shout out, they love to say she was sacrificed and all of this and all that. I'm assuming they said that, sacrifice for what, right? But I'm assuming they said that's because, when they went on vacation, they were still celebrating what do the Mexican people call it? They celebrate their dead, the Day of the Dead, and all of this and all that. But when they see, here's the thing. Like, let me veer out for a minute. When you deal, you are a melanated person, right? And you deal with things that you think are funny, they're good kiki kaka, or they're popular, you are entertaining demons. That is what you are doing. I don't understand why these people, and I don't, I guess it's their tradition, but and when it comes to me, you are simply entertaining demons, because in the Bible it says, let the dead bury the dead. Okay, only the dead is supposed to be concerned with the dead. But you've got this whole celebration, this whole cultural thing surrounding dead people, and then you're gonna take your melanated self down there during that time, in perilous times. They have this thing called CERN, right? This I don't know. Have you guys heard of the CERN program? It's over there in Switzerland or Norway or somewhere. Anyway, they built this machine, and they are trying to rip a hole into another dimension, right? Now, if you read your Bible, you know that the Lord has a veil placed around separating dimensions, right? So this CERN machine is supposed to turn there's matter and antimatter when it comes to the Earth's surface, right? They're trying to break through the matter and get to the antimatter. So you're pretty much trying to cut a hole in another dimension or time. So when you do that, don't you have enough sense? You heard of Sir Monroe? Don't you have enough sense to know that the reason why there's a veil over this dimension is because you don't want demons passing through? So to celebrate something like that, and I truly believe that we are in the end of days, is because there's too much going on. It's too much going on with God's children, the chosen. They don't know who they are, and they have attacks coming from them. They don't have enough sense up to know, because they don't know who they are. That any little certain thing that you're going to do and you're going to involve your melanin, you are going to come under attack, right? So that is the I guess the spiritual side of the thing for me, because you let the dead bury the dead. Okay, you don't go around celebrating. Even if it's some event that you're going through and you think is cute. If you are a melanated person, you don't go around entertaining demons. Okay, because you are going to attract them because of the melanin in your skin. You don't know the power that you have. You don't entertain stuff like this. So, but anyway, that's my speech on that. I'm gonna have to come back and do a video about the CERN project, right? So, and black folks entertaining demons. Okay. Now, I don't know what came over these people. I don't know if it was planned or demonic entities were surrounding them, but it seemed like it was planned. Okay, I'm not even gonna blame this on demons, devils, or nothing like that. It seemed like it was planned, right? It also say in the end times that man will have no more natural affinity for man, meaning like we ain't gonna care about one another, not for real, right? So that could come into play. Also, um, and like I said, jealousy and envy is at the forefront of my mind when it comes to this situation. I just can't understand. I don't understand how all of them, including her. Yeah, I heard that the what was her name? The Deja person allegedly may have been a trans woman. Don't know if that's true or not. But that is also going around. Some people, but they've got a photo. I think I got the photo. Well, I'm jumping myself on that, Missy. I'll come back to it. Anyway, let me stop my little sermon about the demons and stuff like that. But for future reference, honey, you let the dead bury the dead. You don't celebrate the dead, okay? Not in that sort of fashion. All right? You can mourn the dead. There's a difference between mourning the dead and celebrating the dead. I'm just saying. But anyway, moving right along. So let me put up. I took a couple of pictures of the actual article because I want to speak on what the article said. So I think this is the first one. Is this the first one? There was a 00 that I want to show you guys. Hold on a minute. Because when you download these things on StreamYard, they are all out of sorts. They're out of context. So here's the first one. It's just telling you what happened, what day it happened on. It says I can never read the top because there's numbers at the top of the screen. Something Shanquella Robinson died while on vacation in Cabo, Mexico on December 29th. Video footage has surfaced of one of her friends, and they're talking about the Deja person brutally beating her in a villa, right? So this is where I got the article from. It was from the Daily Mail. It says North Carolina woman found North Carolina woman 25 years old found dead during friend's trip in Mexico. Says is seen being beaten by one of the group in their villa. And you know what? I think that possibly that girl may have been beaten by more than one person because there's clearly more than one video. Okay, I think there's a couple of videos. Like honestly, Autopsy found she had a broken neck. Do you know what force it takes to break somebody's neck and their back? Do you see what I'm saying? Despite friends claiming she died of alcohol poisoning. And I got this what I'm reading you guys from the Daily Mail. And so, like I said, I wanted to go back and actually read a news report. So it says, I can't read the top. So says part of a group. I guess she was part of a group that traveled from Charlotte to Cabo on November 28th. And rented out a villa to celebrate a friend's birthday. So, from what I understand, the friend's birthday post had been this Missouri person. Says her mother, Salamandra Robinson, told Fox affiliate WJZY that she last spoke to the daughter moments after she had settled down for a meal with her friends. They agreed to talk the next day, but the phone call that she received instead was from one of Shaquilla's friends who told her that her daughter was sick and they were waiting for a doctor to arrive. The article goes on to state that she wasn't feeling well. She had alcohol poisoning. This is what they're telling the mama. Salamandra said. She says they couldn't get a pulse. Oh my God! Each one of the people that was there with her was telling different stories. The mom says in a news report that when they called her, they were all telling different stories. Right? Says she later received a tragic call from one of Quella's friends claiming the young woman had died from food poisoning. How did that go from alcohol poisoning to food poisoning, right? Says no one told the same story, so I never believed them anyway. That's what the mom says, right? The article goes on to state that a man who appears to be filming, the man that I'm talking about in this video who appears to be filming, from what I understand, is the so-called longtime friend, Khalil, right? A man who appears to be filming the sickening assault taunt Shaquilla. Can you at least fight back? That's what he asked her in the video. And I know a lot of y'all, saw it saying something like, dang, Quilla, can you at least fight back? And says Shaquilla attempts to get away. And then she said in the video, no. You know what I mean? No, she wasn't fighting back. No. She don't want to. No. But the girl is still this big old wildebeest, this Gila monster, is still beating this girl. The girl is not even, the woman is not even fighting back. Right? Like they in Fight Club or something. I'm like, child. Article says Quilla attempts to get away from her attacker and replies no. Before the woman slams her to the floor next to the bed. The woman then punches and knees her in the head. The woman that yells at Shaquilla to get up. I'm tired of the beat. Right? The article goes on to state that a representative from the villa, Linda, 32, the property Villa Linda 32, the property where the group was staying, told of the news station that the concierge contacted a doctor who attempted to revive Quella. She was declared dead at 3 p.m. their local time, reportedly about 15 minutes after she was beaten. So 15 minutes after she was beaten, I can't imagine what this girl is going through. So I guess at some point in time, what they realized that the girl was unresponsive, like was her neck, in her back in a strange way. Like what prompted them, to call the Villa concierge, right? And so I also found it strange that there was another report that said a maid found her in the bathroom on the with her head like on the toilet, resting on the toilet, and she called the concierge and not the friends, and then they're saying the friends called. The whole thing is just weird for me, right? And so let me find another part of the article. The article goes on to state, though, that the autopsy report obtained by a salamander, the mother, indicated that Quella's neck was broken. The new WJZY reported that the area in the death certificate that would show that Quella had been intoxicated only indicated that she was found unconscious in her living room. The certificate also has an area where authorities note whether the death was accidental or violent. They inscribed yes in the section, but did not choose accidental or violent. So they didn't make it clear in the autopsy report where it was an accident or it was violent. It just got yes there, right? Leaving it open for interpretation is that is how I interpreted the whole thing, right? So this last portion says Quella's body was flown back to Charlotte last Thursday, and a funeral service was held over the weekend because this happened a couple of weeks ago. Like we said, October 28th through 29th, less than 24 hours, this young woman was gone. She was not here anymore. So I just wanted to read to you guys the article. And like I said, I got that article from the Daily Mail. This is a still shot of this big old woman or a trans woman or whatever it is beating this girl. So like I said, and in the video, I mean she's so into beating Quella that at one point in time she snatches off her wig, and I'm like, oh my god, this is vicious, and the girl is clearly not fighting back. She just over in the floor, and it kind of looked like she was drugged even then. So it's a lot. It's just so vicious. You know, the one who lied is collect the cash out for life. Really? Oh wow. Oh wow. I haven't been reading you guys' comments because I was trying to read. Miss O, I heard some may have been. Yeah. That's what they said. Mhm. It may have been a guy beating her, a trans person. You know, guys, the beating started in the bathroom and ended up in the bedroom. Like I can see that. I can see that because she was naked. Like I said, did they jump her? The guy in the chair filming is her boyfriend. But on one of the videos, now I don't know who the other person was, but I heard on one of the videos filming that it was her so-called friend Khalil. One of the videos as well. You know, yeah, that's what they said. They are alleging that the person that beat her up was a transgender person. You know what I mean? Whether it's true or not, I don't know, but that's what they're saying. I thought I downloaded that photo of the person, the what was the name of the person? The Dejanay person. Let me see if I um know it's her best. So it's her best friend, right, Lex? That's what I heard. That's the report I heard that it was her friend Khalil that was supposed to have been recording. But it doesn't it won't surprise me if they all have a video of this situation, you know and because people like to film stuff and put it on the ground or put it wherever these young folks put this stuff these days. But I really feel like they lured this woman to her death. Like I that's how I feel about it, you know and yeah, it's absolutely horrible. It's demonic, you know what I mean? This the trans isn't fully confirmed. Right. It's a rumor. It's a rumor. That's why I said allegedly. So let me Sassy Francis said, Miss O, I listened to the North Carolina beat, and he have been speaking to the mother and the father. The female that beat her in the video is actually a female. They have all their, they have, so it's been confirmed that it's not a trans person. Okay, okay, okay. The people only saying that she a trans cause of her features. Yeah, now I looked at, it's not a rumor, her face is on Facebook. I looked at oh, what's the girl's name? Nick at Night. Like I said, I looked at a lot of the vlog videos as well as try to get, some news reports to see what actually happened. I looked at the Missouri person's video. I feel like he know more than what he's saying and he's trying to get out of it. Because I think that they're all complicit. All the passports have been suspended. Yeah, that's what I said earlier. Yeah, they can't leave the country. But I heard that the girl that did the beating, what was her name? Dejanay, has since left Carolina and went to Connecticut. Don't know if it's true or not. But I heard that. I think I might have heard that on Lex channel or somebody else's channel. I just listen to so much, trying to, form my own opinion, get a sense for myself of what's going on here. Yeah, no one is arrested yet. Lex said, I don't know if her gender, because if she's trans, she could have gotten it changed. Yeah, that's true, Lex. That's true. If she's trans, she could have gotten her gender changed on her passport. So yeah, she's on the run. So she did leave Carolina and went to Connecticut, Lex. Child. Right, it would appear that they also said that people are releasing their phone numbers and addresses and stuff on the internet. When something like this goes viral, we have a lot of internet detectives, that also put me in the mind of the Kanika Jenkins case, because we got a lot of internet detectives, okay, and they'll go docs crazy. And so yeah, don't matter if she changed her gender. Still, now that's true. Well, see, and like I said, I don't know if it's a transgender that beat her or not, but do you know the force that it takes to break somebody's neck as well as their spine? That's a lot. That's a lot. And for that reason, I just feel like a couple of them, and then they're saying stuff about this winter person, another female, supposed had participated. And I'm thinking, did everybody beat the girl? You know, it's just a lot. Lex said, yes, I have the info. I didn't release it because the phone numbers are on what I have. Right, Lex, right. Yeah, they're saying they're releasing their information. They're doctors. you know, Tiffany says, well, the Khalil is the same dude that made a video on his IG or Facebook. He's saying he wasn't even there. Or was it the Missouri? Because the Khalil supposed to have been the best friend. He was definitely there. Uh-huh. And so let me tell y'all this. So after the girl is, passed away, all the friends flew home, right? So it said that the Khalil guy, the one that's supposed to have been the best friend for 5 or 6 years or whatever, the Khalil guy, as well as the Deja and the Winter, went to the mama's house and took the girl's luggage and stuff to the mom. And they said that the Khalil guy was pacing around, and then they were all trying to explain what was going on. Says at that time that they told the mother, that, yeah, I thought that too. Look how she slumped over. Absolutely. Who knows what happened in that bathroom? Who knows what wasn't recorded? You know what I mean? And they could have even R-worded her in the bathroom, you know? And so, but anyway, went to the mom's house because he's supposed to have been a long time, friend of the family and everything, right? And they were saying that there was no fight, nothing like that happened, and I just pretty much lied to the mom. And I heard on, because it was a family member's video that I saw. Yes, Hollywood next. Yes, may I share some information on this story with you and your audience? Do you want me to drop the links? Do you want to type it in the chat, or do you want to come up and talk? If you have some legit information, I'll drop the link for you. Absolutely. Absolutely. I heard there is a bathroom tape also, but I can't find it. Wow. Wow. I'm not surprised. Like I said, it's got to be a lot of video out there. You know how young folks do things. Let me get this. Okay, I got it out. All those people. Yeah, they all are complicit, at the end of the day, in my opinion. And so, yeah, I got it. You want me to drop the link? Okay. So, this person in the chat named Hollywood Nix wants to share some info. I'm open to any type of info at this point in time. And so, yeah, hold on here. Let me drop the link, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Hold on, Hollywood Nix. Okay. Um, let me copy the link, and then I will put it in the. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to. I know it's always hard for me to paste this link. Okay, here's the link. Here's the link. So if you want to click the link, Lex, if you want to hit the link, please feel free. Because all we are doing is trying to, dissect, and what happened to this young woman. But so here's the link. If it Lex, you feel free to hit it, too. Hollywood Next, I dropped the link, and so yeah, yeah. But like I said, if she was beaten in the bathroom, then perhaps this were may have. Yes, I agree with that. A class, especially in the bathroom, you got the sink, you got the toilet, But that brings me back to you saying it brings me back to um, did the maid find her in the bathroom, or like what is the deal with it? You know. So let me see if this is the person. Okay. Let me try to add a string. Hello, Hollywood Next.
Yes. Yes. Hello. Hi. How are you?
All right, how you doing? You want to
I'm
share
okay.
some information?
Yeah, I did. Yes. So
Can y'all hear it? Wait a minute. Wait a minute, baby. I got my headphones on. Can y'all hear her? Do I need to take my headphones out? Go on and talk, Hollywood. Until
Okay. Can they hear me?
yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. Can y'all hear her?
Put a one in the chat. They can hear us.
Y'all can. Okay, so they can hear you. Okay, so go ahead.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I just want to make sure everybody heard you so that you wouldn't have to start over again. But thanks for
Okay.
hitting the link or whatever. And
No worries.
so okay,
Thanks for
please
going
feel
live.
free to go ahead. Oh no,
Yes.
no problem.
Yeah. So
Okay, so
hello
go
to
ahead.
everybody in your chat. I just want to welcome and say hello to everybody with all due respect. So I'm following this case as well, and I find it rather strange and mysterious myself. And I know that the
Hmm.
guy Nazir had came out and he tried to, put a storyline out or whatever, and he trying
Hmm.
to distance himself from saying he wasn't there. So
Hmm.
he shared his receipts to somebody, and it's posted all over. You guys can find his flight information. So he
Yeah, I
flew
saw
on
that.
American Airline. Okay, so he
Hmm.
flew on American
Is this you,
Airlines.
Lex? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Hollywood. Is this you, Lex? Lex? I'm sorry, Hollywood. I was just trying to see. Lex hit the link, and Lex, is this you? Lex. I'm sorry, Hollywood. Go ahead. Maybe something wrong with her
Okay.
microphone. Go ahead.
No worries.
I'm sorry.
So long story short, he's distancing himself from being at the scene when this went down. He says he flew in the next day. So he's not
Mm-hmm.
admitting that he got there on the 28th. So my discernment allowed me to contact the American Airlines last night to ask some specific questions about the ticket that he presented. He actually
Mm-hmm.
did arrive in Cabo on the 28th at 12:23 in the afternoon. His flight was delayed for 11 minutes. I recorded the
Mm-hmm.
conversation between me and American Airlines, and I shared that on my channel. And I put the link in there, so if you wanted to hear for yourself and share it amongst your members as well, it's just a full audio only of the conversation between me and the American Airlines.
So what did they say?
They said that he flew from Charlotte, North Carolina to Dallas, Fort Worth. He arrived there, and the flight was supposed to take off from Dallas, Fort Worth to arrive in Cabo at 12. No, it's supposed to leave at 10:30, but because it was
Mm-hmm.
11-minute delay, the flight didn't leave until 10:41 in the morning of
Mhm.
October 28, 2022. The flight still arrived on time, which puts him at the scene of the
Oh
crime
wow.
at 12:23 afternoon time in Cabo. He arrived there.
Wow.
So the time he got, he said it was an hour traffic. Even if it was an hour traffic, he's trying to distance himself from being there when it occurred. He was
Right.
there the day, he was
Absolutely.
there on the 28th, not the 29th, as he's trying to say.
Absolutely.
The 28th, and
Absolutely.
the receipts is on my channel. So I just wanted to share that with
Yeah.
you. If you
I
go to
just
my,
felt like it
Mhm.
was a lie. I'm
He
glad
was
you popped
definitely
up
lying.
because I felt like it was a lie when he was
Mhm.
saying he got there later and he don't know what happened.
He
He
was
said
there.
too much. I turned on music and I was
Mm-mm.
rubbing her head. And at
Mm-mm.
one point, at one video, he said he did CPR. It's a
Mm-hmm.
lot going on with
He
that
was
guy.
there. He was there. He was
He's
there.
absolutely there. So my thing
Yes.
is, do you think that he was the ringleader? Possibly. Do
Golly,
you think that he
it's,
was fooling with the Dejanay person or the winner person? Like, what is the deal with that guy? He talking too much.
he is, and he ain't talking enough because I still can get more if he says more. But what I got from
Yeah.
him and what he was able to say and what he
Hmm.
tried to present as receipts to distance himself, and the fact that he tried to say that someone signed him in on the 28th. If you know
Yes, he
anything
didn't do it
about going out,
himself.
if you know
Hmm.
anything about going out the country, each person is accounted for in those countries because they are poor. So you can't just come over
Right.
there, and like how in America you can go rent a hotel and anybody can just come in and out. Nobody's being stopped at the door saying, "Who are you?"
Right.
In those countries, they stop you. You're not
Well,
going
he
to sign
said,
in. Yeah,
yeah, he said somebody signed, printed his name and
they
then
can't
signed
do
his
that.
name. Lex,
Mm-mm,
is this
mm-mm.
you?
Yes, ma'am.
Lex?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, love, how you doing? But yes,
Good.
Hollywood.
How are you?
Yeah. Wow.
You
I'm
can be
definitely
on
gonna
the
have to.
list. You could be on the list now, but you can't sign you in unless you're signing yourself in those countries.
Right.
That's a fact.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Lex, I
Yeah.
wanted to ask you, while Hollywood is up here, have you heard anything more about the Nazir? Now, I seen that video when he was on there talking and the guy was walking in the background and when he before he turned the video off, somebody was in the background saying you don't have to explain yourself. Who do you think that was, Lex, in the background?
Good
It
question.
probably was one of the other guys with him.
Hmm.
If you look on, I think I posted it, I'm not sure. But um Nasir was on his Instagram and he was, saying something towards the fact that he wasn't there yet. But Dejanay made a post and said, "Stop the cap. You were there with us."
Yes, Lex, I saw
Mm.
that. Let me see. I think I screen recorded it. Let me see if I got it. Hold on a second before you
Mm.
go any further. I want to ask you about that too, because I didn't understand exactly what that meant, and I was wanting you. I'm so glad you clicked on so you can break that down. Because what is she trying to tell us? Let me see if I can get it
That
up here.
all of them were there.
That all of them were there, right? Because he
Mhm.
was lying his tail off.
Yes,
Mm.
he told about 5 different stories.
Right there. Is that it, Lex?
Right, that's it right there.
Yeah, yeah. And it says
Mm.
they won't. You see what it says on the side right there? And I said it says right here you was in the room I guess with a stop the cap, but then I can't really see
She said the
see what
worst
it
part
says on the
about
side.
this is, or what you wrote up here. She said interview tonight. Okay. The worst part about this is I lost a friend. Okay. Which part are you reading on?
Yeah, that part right there. So that was the girl that supposed to had a fight with her that wrote that, right?
Right. But see, the
Wow.
thing about it is there's another video that's supposed to be released sometime today. And that video will show Winter putting her into some type of wrestling move, which caused
Mm.
her neck to broke.
Mm. 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 Mm.
So,
This is
So the
sad.
so the first video that's released is the first fight. There were two fights,
mhm, mhm.
and that's how her neck was got broke.
Wow.
Mm.
So
Mm.
Sharon down here says he set it off. He was encouraging the fight. So do you think that he was fooling with both of them possibly?
Mm. I'm still trying to figure it all out. I just wanted to
Yeah,
share
because
with
I'm just
y'all.
trying to figure out a motive. You know what I mean?
Right,
Jealousy and
right.
envy, okay. But for
Mm-hmm.
her longtime friend Khalil to have sit back and not try to break it up or intervene, like what was that about? And then why were there two girls fighting her? Like it's got to be more than just jealousy and envy, because sometimes when it's young women and the dude is involved, there's
Mm-hmm.
some extra going on, and so I felt like that's why Nazir was trying to cover himself for whatever
Mm-hmm.
reason.
Maybe he was messing with both of them and they found out or something. I don't know.
That's what I
But see,
felt
what
like.
I don't understand is it was his birthday trip. So why did you get there late? Because if it's my birthday
Right,
trip, I'm gonna get there when it's
right,
happened, when it started.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what the role of Elise played, because there was another girl.
right,
Um, and
right.
like you guys said, their telephone numbers and address have been leaked. Now,
Hmm.
the lady that's staying in Elise's house now, she's letting the public know to stop doing that, because Elise no longer stays there. She was living there for the past 2 years, her and her grandson, and she doesn't
Hmm.
want to get hurt because she has no involvement. But I
Mm-hmm.
want to know why Elise hasn't come out yet and stated what happened, or try to, just clear her name, which her name is not going to be
Right.
clear because you were there too.
Yeah, they're all
So
Yes.
all of
complicit.
you guys need to go to
So
jail.
Lex, on this picture, which one is the Elise person? Can you identify Winter, Elise, and we know who Dejanay is?
It definitely
Elise
was a
is,
setup.
where I guess this guy with the New York hat,
Yes.
that's Elise right
Oh,
there.
that's her. I was really wondering what she had to do with it. Like, I really feel like she had a lot to do with it. You know what I mean? That's just the sense I got, and I don't. Yeah, I don't trust her. I don't like the way she looked. So the
Right.
Winter person is over the top of Dejanay.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's Nazim right there. And then Khalil, the supposed longtime friend, and
Khalil has
Delise.
the
And,
cap on. Yeah,
yeah, and who is this at the bottom?
I can't remember his name, and I don't have my notes.
Oh, wait a minute, I got the names, Lex. Hold on, here they go. Okay,
Yeah.
so there was Dejanay, which was the one fighting. We know who Khalil is. Malik. So his name had to be
Is
Malik.
Malik
Malik
Dyer.
Dyer.
Yeah.
Yes. Uh huh.
That is Malik. Yeah, that one at the bottom.
Wow, that is crazy. But
Did
I
you want me
really,
to
I really,
Did you want me to
huh?
let you hear the audio from the conversation with the airline? It's like a 1 minute
Absolutely.
audio.
Absolutely. If you want to play it, absolutely.
Sure. Okay, I'll play it right now for you all. Here you go.
Okay.
About it is, and I'm gonna share my screen with y'all. And the sad part about it is, check this out. Right here. Look, he was there. But he's
Yeah,
trying to
he
say he
lied.
didn't sign in. Yes, thank you. Okay. We got to Cabo at 12:23 in the morning or at night. Oh, at noon, in the afternoon, on the 28th. So let me just actually one more time make sure I got this correct. And forgive my typo. DFW to SJB is D, on, not B. The Friday the 28th, got to Cabo on time, even though it left late. It got there on time at 10:23. You said? I'm sorry, 12:23 Cabo's time. Okay. Okay, that's all I needed to hear from you, sir. Thank you. All right now. Same to you. Bye bye. Yeah, that was the call. That was the call. He was there. Let me pause that. I'm sorry. Okay. Were you able to hear it?
No, I heard it a little bit, but yeah, I get the. I figured he was there because he was doing too much talking, and I
Okay.
also figured the fact that he is doing so much talking Hollywood and Lex is because I think that um I really feel like he was like kind of like the the one that started the whole thing. You know what I mean? Maybe I don't trust him. I feel
Okay.
like he
Yeah,
may have been
not at all.
fooling with the girl or a couple of the girls. The way he came and telling me something, he rubbing her head, and I put on Summer Walker. You doing too much talking. You saying too much.
I
You
Mm-hmm.
doing
agree.
too much.
Yes.
But what got me was Khalil, Dejanay, and Winter bringing the luggage to the mother's house and
Yes.
still lying, playing in this lady's face. But
Yes.
then the sister, I think it was like the second or third day when that they came back. Shaquilla's sister, Quilla Long, she said she flat out asked them, okay, cut the cap. Did y'all beat my sister up? Because the street is saying that you all beat my sister up and they lied to
Yes.
her. And then
Yes.
that's when the video surfaced.
Yes. Yes. But who do you think, Lex? Who do you think put out the first video?
I don't know. It's one of them.
Yes,
What I
clearly
think
one of
is
them.
this. Well, either that or this. One of them shared that video with one of their friends, and one of
Mm-mm.
their, and one of their friends leaked it.
Mm.
Yes, you know what, Lex, they could then I believe that because I think that everybody's got some kind of video. I
Hmm.
believe that it's absolutely plausible that one of the friends showed a friend and and whoever they shared it with leaked it. You know what I mean? And the
Hmm.
reason why I believe that is plausible is because why would you put it out there? There's so much
Can I ask you
Exactly.
talking
a
going
question,
on
Miss
about it.
Sophia? An actual question. So I didn't know
Uh-huh.
that they took her luggage home.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yes, they took Khalil and a couple of the girls. That's what I said. You probably hadn't logged on yet. They took the luggage. Look, Khalil is supposed to be the longtime friend. He knew the family. He knew Dejanay for years and years and years. They say he took the luggage to the home along with a couple of the girls, and they say he was acting strange. He was pacing back and forth. They said that there was no fight. And all of this and all of that. And like Lex said, it's clearly playing in the mother's face. The mother didn't believe him anyway. But for
Good.
him to
Her
do
desert.
that, to have enough nerve to do that, is
Mm.
beyond me.
And
Like
the
I'm like,
fact that
wow.
they brought her luggage back without her, they already knew she was not going to make it.
Yeah,
well, they
yeah,
That's
had already
that.
called and told the mother that
yep,
she
yep.
had passed from
Hmm.
alcohol poisoning. But this
Mm,
story reminds me so much of a lot of people are referencing Kanika Jenkins, but this story
hmm,
reminds me of a story that I did at the beginning of this year. There's this girl, her name was Tori Langs. She was
mm,
found shot dead in the head in a park in Atlanta, right?
Mm.
mm,
So
mm.
to find out her best friend was the one that killed her. He was over there going to the family, helping them with the search parties and everything, playing
Oh
in
my
her
God.
capacity.
That is oof.
And
Sick world we
um,
in today.
the
Oh my
GBI,
God.
they after doing their research, they found out that he was the one that killed their daughter. And the father and the mother, they were so heartbroken because they said, "Well, he helped us search for
Mm.
her, and
Mm,
how could he do this to her?" She helped him find a job. She would take him to work. All of
yeah.
this stuff,
Oh
and
my God.
you just gotta really be careful with the people that you call your friends because
Yes.
everybody is not your friend. I
Oh,
tell my niece that all the time.
But
Be careful
yes,
of the
me
people
too.
that you have around you.
Yes, I tell my nephew like that. He is my nephew is very popular, right? He plays
Mm-hmm.
football
Play
and
football.
he's got a large group of friends, right? So I am continuously telling him that, honey, everybody ain't your friend,
that's right.
okay? The reason why your mama don't let you go certain places with these so-called friends, because these so-called friends will slip something in your drink,
So
or,
will.
do something or lure you off somewhere and kill you because they're
Hmm.
jealous and envious of you,
I wonder,
just
was
simply
they jealous
because
of her
you.
because she was a top hair braider where she's from, and maybe she's making a lot of money, and it's
I,
just
I
I'm just
I
trying to
really
figure.
feel like it's got something to do. Nazir, I think that he is
Ringleader,
he is the reason why
right?
all of this is going on. Like I really feel like it's him. But for Khalil not to do anything to intervene is beyond me. I don't
Mhm.
understand that part because he
Yeah.
was supposed to have been the friend for so long. You
And
know,
my next question I would ask you is, who do you think that voice was saying you ain't gonna fight back?
well, I
That
thought
was
that was
Khalil.
Khalil. I feel like it was Khalil. Do you feel
Khalil.
like that, Lex?
It was Khalil.
It
Yeah,
was
I
him.
thought it was
Okay.
the Khalil. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's
Wow.
who I thought it was.
And
The
you could
whole
hear
time.
her vaguely saying, No, she's not. She's like,
No.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She wasn't
Oh,
trying to fight. Yeah.
at
And then when
all.
it comes to Nazir, Lex, did you hear the part to where they said, I forgot whose video of it. It might have been Gossip Girl XO. Shout out to her and everybody of videos that I listened to. But someone was alleging that the Nazir person was notorious for,
The R
slipping
word.
roofies. Yeah,
Yeah.
slipping roofies in women's drinks and then R wording them. And
Hmm.
she looked really lethargic when she was on that ground, when she was naked. I don't know what happened in the bathroom. I don't know if she was just exhausted from whatever happened in the bathroom. Do you think she may have been drugged ahead of time?
You know
Because
what I
he's
was
That
swearing
thinking?
he wasn't there on the same day. There's a lot
You
going on with
you
that.
know what I was thinking? I was thinking her
slap.
being on that ground like that could have possibly come from her neck injury and unable to move her
Yes,
spinal
that
cord. You
too.
know, the
Yeah.
crack in her spine. You know,
Yeah, just
that could
throwing
be.
out some nerves. So they had to drag her after. If her neck
Yeah.
But
was
for
broken
that
in the
to,
bathroom, then
Mhm.
they had to
but
drag
for
her
that
to
to
that
happen,
room.
Mhm. Yep.
Go
but
ahead,
for
Lex.
that to happen, but for that to happen, then the first video that was leaked wasn't the first video. If
Right.
you know
Right.
what Hollywood is saying, that
Mhm.
means that the first video is of Winter and her fighting because that's what caused the neck injury.
Mhm.
So the video
Mhm.
that we're watching now has to be video number two.
No, it would have to be one, I would think, because if remember, because Nazir said when he got there, allegedly he got there, but he'd been there. But anyway, he said that he found her in the bathroom slumped over, or the nurse or the whatever, somebody found her in the bathroom
No,
slumped.
he lied because if you
Mm.
listen to the first girl, he told so many lies.
Yeah, he did.
One
Yeah.
video,
Hmm.
like Miss Olivia said, he got there and he was giving her CPR.
Right.
Remember, that was one of the
Hmm.
first
He said
stories.
he was giving her
And then he
CPR.
said,
Then he said she was laying on
mhm,
the in the game room or
In the
something like
game
and
that,
room,
he
then
and
by the
she was
pool,
played
and
laying
Summer
just
down.
Walker,
chilling. He was
hmm
chilling by
playing
the
Summer
pool.
Walker, rubbing her
Hmm.
head and all of that stuff right there. And then
Hmm.
whenever the nurse came, she was slouched over,
Mm.
found her over the toilet. Now, see,
Hmm.
that's where it gets cloudy because which story is correct? Okay, were you given CPR when the nurse arrived,
Right.
or I mean, were you given CPR in the bathroom?
Mm.
I'm not
But don't
understanding
forget that he said she was unresponsive when he got there too. He had too many stories.
exactly. You are
Hmm.
absolutely right.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah, he done changed up that story so many times where he's clearly. That's why I just feel like and it was his birthday. I just really feel like it is him. He is the reason why
Yeah, this
this
happened.
happened.
I agree.
I just don't know all the detail. He's doing too much. He's just doing
He's
way too
speaking,
much.
and I believe too her friend as well, Khalil, or however you saying his name, him
Right.
too, because because what's not making sense is look at this. You got three guys and three girls up there.
Hmm.
So who was with who
But
and who
but
was
some
from
of
who?
them, but Khalil and the other guy supposed to been gay, right? Khalil and the Dyer guy, weren't they the ones that's supposed to be gay?
That is true. Nobody thought to call 911.
That's what I'm thinking. Even if there's 911, it's not. In other countries, it's different numbers, but
It's
it's
one
still
one one.
911. It's still emergency. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure it was posted in the room or whatever. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
And
What I don't
so yeah.
understand is the Mexican authorities saying that they didn't see any foul play. How you don't see her
Well, they don't
neck
want to deal
injury?
with it. It's an
Mm-hmm.
international case. This
Mm-hmm.
is a melanated situation, and they just
Yeah,
simply didn't want to deal with it.
I
Even when
see
it
that.
came down to the American embassy, they put out a statement saying that there was no evidence of foul play or something like that.
How
It
though?
is
How
yeah,
could they
how
come
her
up with
neck was
that?
broke, right?
Exactly. Spine crack.
Her neck.
Uh-uh.
How do you get that?
Yeah.
How do you go from having food poisoning or alcohol poisoning to a broke neck and a severed spine? That don't make
That part.
sense.
None at all.
But for them
Mm-hmm.
to brush it off like that, I think just simply because they were melanated people, because they were black people.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, but it's gone viral, and so
Yeah,
much has come out about it. And I think that, but you can tell that the FBI at least has now started to look at the case
that's
because
good.
their passports have been suspended or whatever, so
Mm.
they don't want them to leave the country again. you know, and so nobody has been arrested. So I can see where they said the Quilla person, is that her name? No, the Dejanay person was supposed to went to was it Connecticut or
Connecticut,
somewhere like
yeah, Connecticut.
and
Yes,
so and
ma'am.
then I
I'm on
heard
mute. I'm trying
oh,
to text my source to see if anything developed,
okay. But
so
Lex,
I
was
can
I
fix it.
hearing wrong? I felt like I thought I heard somebody video when they said, okay, clearly they moved it right along, right? But I heard that one of these guys or something like that, they're a DJ or something like that, and they still throwing their parties and all of this and all of that. So clearly they're trying to move it right along.
Yeah, because they think that um they're not gonna get prosecuted for what's going on, but I
Yeah,
don't see how. I know
yeah.
that the family wants everybody to call the attorney general's office so that someone could be held accountable.
Yeah, because the
Well, I'm
lawyer
glad that it,
spoke out and said that they, in order to get prosecution, because it did happen overseas over there, it would have to happen over there. But I'm sure it's
yeah.
something the U.S. can do to extradite them back.
Well,
You know.
It is. I mean, we seen it in the Amanda Knox case. How they charged her over there. Then they let her come back. Then they wanted to come back and charge her again. And so there is something that they can do internationally, you
Yeah.
know. And
Hmm.
but it costs a lot of money to do the extradition thing. And like I said, they just try to brush it. That they weren't really worried about it. You know, just like I felt like it was something strange when they said they found those three young black people dead over the carbon monoxide poisoning,
Hmm.
and I just
who
thought that
opened the
was
front door? Listen to this. So the girl who allegedly Nasir R word, she came out saying that he R word her while they were in high school, but nobody believed her. So now she's talking.
oh wow,
Maybe
oh
that's what
wow.
something.
See, that's what led me to think that maybe the girl was drugged or something before they start beating her.
Hmm.
I don't. I just anything could have happened,
I mean, she
you know.
naked. Like, who does that?
Right.
You
So they
know?
jumped her in the bathroom. Like I don't even. Oh my god.
Yeah. If it was two incidents, and the one we saw most likely would have been the first one, and then the second one, if she was slumped in the bathroom, she somehow they drugged in the bathroom and then left her in there until the nurse came. If that's even
You
true,
know
because right now
what?
we don't really know. We just our
Right. You know
speculation.
what? In my mind, right. In my mind,
Hmm. Hmm.
this could have started in the bathroom, right? As soon as she got out of the shower, right?
Right.
So it leads on to the bedroom, right? And
Hmm.
then after they realize that she can't get up, after the Dejanay person got tired or they all got tired or whatever, then they drag her back in the bathroom and slump her over and have her body like over the toilet, trying to set it up like trying to set up a scene of a incident like she
Right. A
slumped
slip
over the
and
toilet.
fall.
So clearly she's been
Right.
alcohol poisoned or food poisoned because her head is hanging
Hmm.
in the toilet where she
Like a
possibly
slip
been
and
throwing
fall or
up or
something.
something.
Hmm.
Like she been throwing up, or even she's been hurt so bad, maybe she did start to throw up or something, behind that neck injury, or
Mm-hmm.
and so they done drug her back in the bathroom and try to set it up to make it look that way. You know what I mean? By the time the nurse got there, and so that's why the nurse found her over the toilet as opposed to like on the floor where she got beat up at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I also think that they may have set her over the toilet or whatever because her neck was already broke.
True that.
So I don't know, but
Yeah.
you
But I
know,
don't think she was able to get up and move around with no broken
no,
neck
not
and no
herself. No,
spine.
no, not
No, they
herself.
they
No.
moved her, so I don't know how he saw her in the game room, how he saw her by the pool chilling,
Yeah, he told
talking
too
about
many lies.
ATVs and this, that. That didn't even make no sense
Yeah,
at all.
I didn't enjoy myself. Oh, but that's. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. So your alleged girlfriend done been beat to death, and you worried about because you didn't get to have fun on your old trip, your trip. You didn't get to do no ATV riding or having no fun or nothing. You decided to slip that in there. That's what I mean by talking too much. You doing too much.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's why I think he was the catalyst to this whole situation. Like he doing too much. It don't sit. His voice don't sit well with me.
Right. Right.
Like the stuff that's coming out of his mouth, it don't sit well with me. And then when I heard, it's like a bell went off in the back of my head when I heard whoever it was in the background of his video talking about you ain't got to explain yourself. I'm like, huh?
Mm,
But yes, you do have to explain yourself.
mm. Because someone in your chat said, "Was the nurse really there?" I would question that too, because from what it sounded
I,
like to me is that they left her and then she was found by a nurse. I just can't
I,
imagine, him being
I
around for
think
that.
that they did call. I think that at one point in time, when they realized that she couldn't move and she was barely breathing or possibly not breathing at all, I
Mm-hmm.
think they tried to set up the stage to where that's how I think that she got back in the bathroom and her being, putting her head in the toilet like she was throwing up or whatever to make it seem like she was alcohol poisoned or food poisoned or whatever. I think that they did call the concierge and the concierge did, call the nurse or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
because they were trying to cover for themselves. They know they done went too far by this point, and so they're
Yeah.
trying to set up the scene of the incident to make it not look like what it really was. But my thing is, why weren't the Mexican police called when the
Mm-hmm.
nurse clearly seen that her face was beat up because it said her lip was split and her eye was swollen. So clearly, it's more than alcohol poisoning going on here. So like I'm just confused at how they could say it's like no foul play involved. That don't make sense to me.
Yeah. Don't add up.
The only thing
Mm-hmm.
I can figure is that they simply didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah. Yeah. They sent that back
But the
fast. Yeah.
Nazir, he done told too many lies.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good question, Lex. Do you know who paid for the trip?
They pay for their trips individually.
Individually, yeah,
Right.
I would have said
Now
the
it was
same thing.
Nazir's birthday. Now I know that they pay. I believe everybody paid their little half. That's why it was so many of them. I'm assuming because you pay less. The more people, the less you pay. But I was thinking, did Shanquella pay for Nazir's trip because it was his birthday and it's supposed to be his girlfriend, or he paid for himself also? That was a question a question that was rolling around in my head. But like at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, I do feel like it was a setup.
Absolutely. They lured her
I
over
feel
there.
like Khalil and Nazir were ringleaders in the situation.
Mm-hmm.
How they were ringleaders, I don't know. Um, and as far as the other girls, well, we know that the Dejanay person, we don't even know if everybody. I'm still not sold on the fact that one person did this to this girl. I just am not sold on that fact. I just am
Yes.
not.
I agree on that with you as well. One, you got a great comment in there from Sack Pace. He says, "I don't see a nurse examining someone in that condition and not want
Hmm.
that person and
To
person
go to the
take them to a
hospital,
hospital." Yeah,
right? Like call the emergency immediately.
yeah. You can
It's
see
clearly
somebody
something
in
wrong
that
with her.
exactly.
Right. Why are you not
Like
calling emergency immediately?
right, you see somebody
So
laid
yeah.
out like that in that condition, barely breathing. Well, when are you gonna call the authorities? And I mean, ooh, this is too much for me, y'all.
Yeah.
Well, I do want to say thank you for letting me come up on your panel.
Okay.
I'm
All
a new
right.
subby to you, so
Oh,
I'm
thank
your
you.
new subscriber, and thank you, Lex, as well for your
Okay.
input.
Well,
You're
can you let
wonderful as
everybody
well.
know the name of your channel so that they could go visit you
Oh,
Yes,
that's
and how to
fine. It's
find you?
Hollywood Next. It's I'll type in the chat my name so they can see it again. And if you
Okay.
guys, Lex, you can give me your link. I'll follow you as well. You guys are wonderful.
okay,
Okay. Thank you so much
okay.
for
Okay,
coming up and sharing. Okay. We appreciate you.
absolutely. Thank you so
You
much.
know.
Blessings to
Okay.
y'all, and
Blessings to
and
you too.
justice for this young lady right here, Shanquella
Absolutely.
Roberts.
Prayers for the
Yes.
family. God bless her.
Yes, yes.
And
Thank you
Lex,
guys. Bye
of
bye.
course, guys, you know that Lex has been following this story. Um, Lex, you said you had another channel, right? You're gonna have a channel where you're gonna be talking about true crimes and stuff.
Oh, I had that channel that I do showcase things concerning Black women because
Hmm.
no one cares about us but us.
Yes,
So I
yes.
have that channel, and then I have another channel that talks about everybody. But my main focus is the Black
Okay.
Girl News TV.
Okay. Well, I was wanting you to put the name. You can't, do the link, but you can. Can you at least type in the names of your channels, in the chat so that the people can find it? But I'm glad you said that nobody cares about us. That is why, the femicide rates have gone up tremendously when it comes to Black women. And I just clearly this is another case of femicide. You know, That whole Nazir thing. I just mm-mm, mm-mm.
If you
Eh,
think this, if you think this case is a doozy, I have a live that I'm gonna do later on.
mm-hmm. Mm.
Yeah.
Is it about a
You,
different case?
yes.
Oh wow. Oh
Yes.
wow. Oh wow. Are you gonna do it on this channel or another one of your channels?
Um, what I've been doing, because some people know about the channel, but a lot of people don't. So I've been trying to screen from Geechee Girl and that one.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's what I'm going to do tip until people on that channel, and then
Mhm.
after they find out, then I'm just going to just focus
Yeah.
on that, bringing the news to that channel itself.
Yeah. I think it's a great idea for you to highlight, what's going on with black women, especially in our community. Because every other week or every other month, you're hearing something like this. I think that it's real, real demonic and insidious what's going on with black women right now. I think that because these people, somebody said, and it does kind of parallel Kanika Jenkins a little bit, only up to the point to where this was a group of friends, but this is kind of more cut and dried, in my opinion, than the Kanika Jenkins case, right? These people were all in one place in this villa. There were not these extra. She was not walking around a giant hotel with all these doors and all of this and all of that. They are clearly telling on themselves, and so, but it does put you in the mind of Kanika Jenkins because it is suspicious, and it's really suspicious because um we don't know the details. See, we want to know the details, and only these six people can give us the details, and people are, and it really hurts you when you see something like this happen to another melanated person, and people don't value our lives as much as they value the lives of some of the other races of people or
Hmm.
ethnicities of people, to the point to where clearly there's foul play, and they're saying there's nothing suspicious. Even the U.S. Embassy didn't want to deal with it. They were saying we didn't find anything suspicious. And that's a scary situation because that means you, with your melanated self, can go to another country or even in this country, right? Because Kanika Jenkins happened right here. Nobody has ever been arrested, you know. And
I wanted to ask
but you
you
can,
about that. Did you see a video that has surfaced? There's this guy, um and he's pushing a cart, and at the bottom of the cart he has something in a large black trash bag, and it
hmm
looks like a body. They're saying that that's Kanika Jenkins in the bottom of that
yeah, or that bag.
cart.
Yeah, I saw all of that.
Hmm.
Lex, I looked at every single. I mean, I just that girls. I looked at so much stuff on the internet and trying to do my own research when it comes to Kanika Jenkins. That's why I got several videos
Hmm.
about that because that just it cut me to the core, and I had to literally stop looking at that stuff like a whole lot of people did. But I did see that the video that you're talking about where there was a trash bag and it looked like her foot or her hand or something was sticking out of the bag,
Hmm.
and it was just so much going on and so much back and forth. But at the end of the day, when it come down to it, all the conspiracies, the body harvesting and all of this and all that, there were all kind of conspiracies going around, right? But at the end of the day, I think what happened was her friends were not her friends, especially Monifa. I feel like Monifa was jealous of her. Monifa with her ugly self. She's even been she's when it comes to Monifa, I've seen several videos of hers of her over the years, and she's just so guilty to me. I just don't even like the look on her face. But I think that Monifa is the one that really set her friend up at the end of the day. Whatever happened after Monifa got that girl about that room is unless nobody I think a couple of things happened to Kanika. Like, unfortunately, I think Monifa got her out the room. I think that I'm not even gonna dwell on this case, but I think that she did get up off the ground. I think that she did get in the elevator. Now, what happens after she get off of that elevator? Um, is always going to be even down to the bodyguard. I just don't know, but I think that Monifa was a catalyst for a whole lot of this, and I also think that there is also a faction of some rival gang involved because family members got involved. It was just too much going on, too much going on.
Do
But
you
as
think
far
that's
as this,
why
mhm.
Zach got killed? Because he was
Yes,
close
I
to
do.
making the story?
Yeah, I think he found out what happened. hmm And also those boys, I forget their names. They did an interview with Zach TV. I can't think of their names right now. One or two of them have been killed. Since then,
Oh,
or
wow.
both of them. It was two or three of them on the couch, but it was one that was not in the video, and then the two guys that were talking, they supposed to had helped look around the hotel for Kanika. Either one or both of them have been killed. Um, and it's just like a lot going on. It was a lot going on surrounding. It was this whole the whole demonic. It was just bad. You know what I mean? And but no, you didn't change the subject, Queen Vonnie. A lot of people have been, saying that this reminds them of the Kanika Jenkins case, because it's extra. And what's extra about it is because we are in tune with a lot of stuff because of this melanin in our skin. And whether we want to admit it or not, more times than not, you can feel in your gut or your soul, whatever you want to call it, something strange, something extra has going on, has been going on. And for that reason, I think that they set this girl up. I think that they all set her up. And I think that Nazir and Khalil are the ringleader, but time will tell.
Mm-hmm.
But time will tell. But for Khalil to go to her mama house next, to go to her mama house and they spin that line in front of that woman's face, why y'all didn't put the girl luggage, on a step and just walk away? So why would you go to her house and lie to her like that? And
I
how
don't
can you
know.
do that?
No conscience at all, because I who raised them? I mean, who in their
Yes.
right mind could do that?
Yes. They went to her house in front of her face and lied to her.
And then the
Lex,
mom said she believed him because she trusted him.
because she
Imagine how
trusted
she
him.
feels.
Yep. Because she trusted him. That's why I was like, then for him to be holding the phone up and telling me something, dang, ain't you gonna fight back, Quella? I'm like, what? But you've been her friend for 5, 6, 7 years. You can't stop the girl. That is unbelievable to me. I'm like, oh my god. You know what I mean? And then another thing that got me was when it comes to North Carolina, right? Some years ago, it might have been like 5 or 6 years ago now. Lex, I don't know if you heard this case. There was this case. See, North Carolina people, you got to be careful with them people, right? They different. You know how they say Florida people is different, and New Orleans people is different, and all this and all that, right? They're a different type of people too down there, right? So let me tell you what happened about 5, 6 years ago. I have a friend, and um, okay, so what happened was this girl down there, she was ultimately murdered. But for a couple of years, um, a group of girls befriended her, right? They befriended her because she was going with this guy. She was involved with this guy, and he was a known drug dealer, a gun runner, and all of this and all that, right? So he got put in jail. They were afraid that the girl was going to testify, right? So he had a group of his girls, his gang member girls, befriend this girl to keep an eye on her, right? So for 2 years they acted like they was this girl's friend, right? So it comes up that the boy is now fit to go, to court for the case, right? Don't you know that they killed that girl and she was pregnant because they thought that she was gonna testify against him? They befriended her for 2 years, made her real comfortable, acting like they was cool with her for 2 years, and them girls shot that girl dead because they didn't want her to testify for the dude on the dude.
I could believe it.
It happened in North Carolina. I was like, oh my god, they befriended her for 2 years. They
Nothing
played in that girl's face.
nothing surprises me, like you said, North Carolina, because um just recently, and I know you heard about this, the Devin Clark and the Lyric Woods, the uh black kid and white girl that got
Yeah,
found, their bodies were found shot to death.
yes, yes, yes. I did hear about that. I sure did. I
All
thought there was some white folks that did that, but I don't know.
I still think that. I
You
still
know,
think that. And part of me
yeah,
thinks her stepfather is the one that did it.
yes, yes,
But,
yes,
they're
yes.
putting it off on some juvenile.
Yeah, I don't believe
But
that. I
I
think that
don't
was
believe that.
racially motivated. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
I
I
don't
think
think.
that was racially motivated. As soon as I heard it, it put me into the mind of how the KKK used to take and still take black folks out in the woods and hang them and lynch them.
Hmm.
That's what it put me in the mind of.
Yeah, and
Yep.
then now I think his mom, she's buying whatever they are selling to her, but I think
Yeah.
that she needs to, stay on them because they got the wrong person. That he's there just using that person as a scapegoat because I honestly
Yeah.
believe that
Yeah.
the girl's stepfather is the one that killed them both.
Well, yeah, because when it comes to interracial relationships and these crackers,
Mm-hmm.
they feel a way about the woman too, and they will kill her too
Mm-hmm.
for fooling with the black guy. And
Exactly.
so I am not surprised at all, but I really feel like that was racially motivated, you know. And so, and as soon as I heard about that, I was like, oh, okay, that's what they're doing. They done killed them kids for being involved with each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I
And
thought it was some KKK sort of situation.
okay,
Mm,
then let me tell you about another one. Okay, this is in North Carolina too. This lady, her son was in high school and he was messing with this white lady. She lived in a trailer park, right? So
mm,
she was married, but they were separated. Um, he left home, told his mom that he would be back shortly. Why they found that guy's body hanging in that trailer park from a tree?
mm. Oh my God.
Nobody to this day has been charged with that boy's murder.
And they won't be because white folks did it.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason why Aubrey, what was his name, the Aubrey guy in Georgia, the
Ahmad.
only reason why anybody, yeah, Ahmad, and only reason why anybody was prosecuted in this case because the stupid fool videotaped the whole thing, and
Mm-hmm.
the video was leaked. If wouldn't have been for that video, nobody would have been charged in that boy's death. Nobody,
Exactly.
but it was on video, you know, and so yeah, and it went viral. But if it wasn't for that, they wouldn't have been charged. We know that happen all the time in the South. More times than we won't admit or shoot black folks. Especially down south. It's for yourself, Lex. We know where to go and where not to go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You know how
Mm-hmm.
some of us, the younger people, not so much, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But us older folks, we know what to and not to do, and we know where not to go. You don't get caught up in these certain types of situations, you know. But you really can't hardly tell young folks nothing these days, and that is the reason why they keep getting hemmed up like that, messing with these folks. Them folks don't mean you no good, okay?
Exactly.
And so yeah, it's just ridiculous, and it's so sad that a lot of us, like I said, and I'm not even trying to be preachy, but I really think that we are approaching the last days, and but because we don't know who we are, we are under attack, and by things that can and cannot be seen. And
Mm-hmm.
if you don't know who you are, and if you don't have no, you don't have the sense to protect yourself, you know, I just don't know. But this younger generation is too much. You can't tell them nothing. You can't
Nope.
tell them nothing. But you know what was creepy to me in this case, circling back around to Shanquella, was these are adults, Lex. They are grown. They're all the way grown.
Yeah.
You know,
It,
you put in
it,
your hands. I'm like that further. Just made me know that this was a setup because these people they are not 16 and 17 years old, Lex. They are 24 and 25 and whatever year. They are all the way grown.
yeah, and for the life of me, I don't understand how.
Right. Or
How
why?
you, yeah, and it still bothers me the fact that they went to this lady's house
Yes.
and and they were mourning with her as if they didn't cause it.
Yes. Did you see that video with I don't know, was it a family member? It was a guy talking in the car, and he was like the Khalil person was, pacing back and forth, and all of this and all of that, and I'm just like, they had the gall to enter that lady's home, and for the Khalil person, that's supposed to be her friend for years and years and years, to the point to where the family trusted him. That's why the
Mm-hmm.
mom was believing him at first. But the whole time you done told your mama that they didn't fight her child, but you filmed it? You got it on video? I was like, wow, that's cold blooded. That's cold blooded to me. I'm like, wow, honey.
Yes. Now you see, this girl can't fight. She's out of it. So why aren't you saying that's enough? Leave her alone.
And that supposed to be you're a guy. You could have broke them up. You know what I mean? Like you didn't do that,
Mm-hmm.
but only thing you said was you ain't gonna fight back, Quella. But you still got the phone filming it.
Mm-hmm.
So you ain't never been this girl's friend, right?
Nope, no ma'am.
You ain't never been a friend to the family. You ain't never no ulterior motives. Ulterior motives. You know,
You got to be careful.
you
That's
got to be
why
very careful. Hmm.
that's why they say we're the most disrespected and unprotected species,
Well,
black women.
that's also how they say. I got a saying from Tupac on my community while talking about friends. The ones that's smiling in your face, them the ones that's plotting against you.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, I
watch
saw
when a
that.
bad situation happens. Them
Mm-hmm.
the most of the times, them are the ones smiling in your face. Your friends, them the ones that's plotting against you the whole time, waiting to stab you in the back. I really think they set that girl up, Lex. Like I really think all of them set her up.
Yeah, but I still want to know what the motive was.
What was the motive, though? That's what I want to know too. What was the motive? That's my issue. Why? Why y'all do her like this? What was the reasoning behind it? You
Yeah,
know?
I can't wait for all of our questions to be answered because this is
Hmm.
just ridiculous.
Yeah, and Nazir, whatever his name is, he talking way too much.
Okay, so the FBI is now involved.
Is that what they're saying now? The
Uh,
FBI.
uh
Well, I
yeah.
figured the FBI was involved when their passports were canceled
Result.
or put on hold or
Yeah.
whatever. Because
Yeah.
that's the first thing that they will do, because they in fact have passports. They have I'll traveled internationally, so the first thing you're gonna do is gonna put a hold on their passport so that they can't go nowhere. So when I
Right.
heard that right there, that's what made me know that the FBI was involved, because they can't leave the country. They've
Right.
not been arrested or anything. Of course, they can go from state to state, but they can't leave the country. That's why they cancel their passports, because they are now investigating. So yeah. But what's heartbreaking is the fact that if it didn't go viral, would the FBI have even taken part in any type of investigation? Because the embassy, the American embassy over there in Mexico, wasn't wanting to do anything, and neither were the Mexican authorities. So had it not gone viral, would the FBI had been involved? That's the scary
No.
thing. That's another thing that's scary for me.
No. And I hate to change the subject just a little bit, but I
Hmm.
wonder why the FBI never got involved in the Tamala Horsford case because that lady was murdered.
Oh, she was clearly murdered. You know they throw that woman off that balcony. You know they
Hmm.
threw her off that balcony. That didn't even sound right.
Exactly. So
That didn't even sound, I don't know. Why do black folks think that they can trust these people?
I don't know because it wouldn't have been me. I was uh-uh.
Wouldn't have been me either.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm.
And to this day, her family hasn't gotten justice. But
And they
then,
won't. Hmm.
exactly. But then you you jump through hoops to solve
Hmm.
cases like Gabby Petito and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and you still have
Yeah.
these
Mm,
cold cases that
mm.
that surrounding us that you
Yeah.
don't care about.
Don't care about, because they don't care about us. But
Hmm.
we all know this. Well, true. Michael Jackson told us that, but we all know it anyway. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But to have to go through to jump, like you said, jump through so many hoops in order just to get these people to investigate
Mhm.
is absolutely just it's so, I don't know. It's just so inhumane. You know,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
but you also have to be responsible enough to pay attention to what's going on around you. Sometimes it's good to just sit back and be quiet. Say you in a room full of friends, right?
Mhm.
Sometimes it's just good to sit back and be quiet, especially if you're the one that's doing the most. If you are the one that's the most productive, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Sometimes everybody ain't celebrating with you. Okay? So just sit back and
Exactly.
take a moment and be quiet. Stop celebrating for a minute and see who really is there for you. Look at somebody. A lot of people don't have discernment, unfortunately. You know,
That's
unfortunately.
true. That
And
is true.
when it comes to this Khalil guy and poor little Shanquella, I'm thinking that she didn't have very good discernment when it comes. But a lot of people wear a lot of good masks. They put on a lot of good masks in this world. You know what I mean? And people will be around you and say that they are your friends for years and years and years. Like I said, all waiting for an opportunity to stab you in the back. And I think the Nazir person, he was even jealous, and he supposed to have been the girlfriend of, or
Yeah.
envious, or something he had going on. Because I still say he just is greatly involved in this situation. Because he's been doing too much talking. And that's right,
Exactly.
Cola. She said, those ones sleeping next to you will harm you. A lot of people are sleeping with enemies around here. They sure are. Hmm. You got that right.
Yeah.
A lot of women are sleeping with the enemy. That's why another reason for the femicide rate, the black female femicide rate being so high. A lot of folks are sleeping with the enemy.
Yes, ma'am. You will
You
be.
know.
I mean, nothing. You should. I mean, somehow your discernment should have kicked in, but I guess.
Yes.
I
Well,
guess she thought she was safe. I don't know.
I think she thought she was safe because she really thought Khalil was her friend, her bestie. That's how I feel. You know. Because did I get it wrong when I heard that some of these friends were friends of friends?
Yes, yeah, and that's the thing. Um, okay, so just because I get along with you
Hmm.
doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to get along with your friends.
Right.
So I'm wondering if Shaquilla did not know about the extra people. She just thought it
Right.
was going to be, the people that she was familiar with.
That's true too. That's true too. That's true too. That's a good question because she was accustomed to traveling and stuff, so she wouldn't have to get up 6 or 7 people if she just wanted to go to Mexico. You know what I mean? She
Exactly.
was already traveling anyway, and
Mm-hmm.
so I think that's where that friends of friends came in, or even like you said, did she even know that all of these people were going to be there?
Right.
And so yeah, that's a good question. We won't know unless they start talking. But I mean, I think people gonna start trying to save themselves, and a lot of folks, especially Dejanay, because she is the one that they're showing beating Shaquella. I think that she'll do a lot of talking if she's ever arrested, because she already done posted that thing that you put on your community wall about Mr. Nazir.
Mm-hmm.
She already done that. So yeah, I think that if anything, she'll be the one to tell the whole story in the effort to try to save herself.
Somebody, yeah, somebody needs to talk and tell what happened now. Now tomorrow the NCB is interviewing her father. I think it's at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening.
Oh, is
She's
it 6 o'clock?
Yeah, he's going to be interviewing Bernard Shanquilla's father.
Oh wow, okay. And that's on
hmm
Instagram though, right?
I'll stream it for the people that don't have
Uh,
Instagram or whatever.
that's what
I'll
I
go
was getting ready to say, Lex. I don't even have Instagram.
Yeah, I'll go live like I did last night, and
Yeah.
then you can listen to it while the interview is
Okay.
happening. So I'll go live tomorrow.
Okay. Well,
And
you
then
know I'm
after,
sub to your channel, so I get the notification. Y'all be sure to sub to Lex's channel if you haven't, so that you can get the notification.
and then
Um.
after we're done, then I'll drop the link so we can discuss what we hear because I
Okay.
know, there are going to be
Okay.
questions.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. That's the reason why I did the video today, Lex. Um, because I got a lot of questions. You know what I mean?
mhm,
I don't take nothing at face value, and I want to know. My issue is always what is simmering under the surface. What is it that we're not seeing? Because clearly, like I said, I feel in my heart, my gut, that they all set her up at some point. But
mhm,
why? Why y'all do this to her? I mean, she only one person. Like that much hate for one person, and for Khalil, that's supposed to be her friend for years and years and years, to film that girl fighting her and not try to step in. That is, I'm like, wow, you know. And Nazir, he just seemed like a bum ass, you know what? So, but yeah, I don't trust him. He done way too. He done told way too many stories. Um, but Khalil, I'm like, wow, dude, you went to her mama house. Because you know these
mhm.
people trusted you and you lied to that lady in her face.
Yes, ma'am. It's a story that, well, something that happened with my niece at the beginning. It was April 1st, and her so-called friends almost got her killed.
Mm,
Um, but I don't want to talk about that because it's still a they have yet to go to court,
mm.
but that's they're going to jail.
I know that's right.
I
And
mean,
thank God that your niece is okay. Thank
well,
God.
yeah, I flew to where she was to make sure they got arrested.
Yeah, I know that's right. I know that's right, Liz. Because let me tell you something. It'll be hell to pay around here if something happened to one of my babies. And I just thank God that he has a hedge of protection around my family, Lex. Because,
Yeah, Miss Olivia, her car got. I gave. Okay, so I gave her an Infinity because she had just graduated. So, and I wasn't driving the car, so I gave her the car. But
mhm.
they shot up her car.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Do
that's all
what?
I'm. Yeah, that's all I'm going. That's all I can say about this. But yeah,
Jealous.
yeah.
Jealous.
Mhm.
Jealous. Smiling in her face.
Mhm.
Probably rode in the car and
They
everything.
did.
Just
They
envious,
did.
seething with jealousy.
They did.
That's why I be trying to tell my nephew, all these so-called friends of yours, they be out in your car and stuff and all this and all that, them the same ones gonna stop you from doing what it is that you want to achieve in life. You better slow down and pay attention to
Mhm.
what's going on. But no, you can't tell, you can't some these young folks,
Yeah, she.
I'm on the verge of Lex to where um if the boy keep on Lex, the only thing he gonna be doing is going to school and playing ball and coming home.
Mhm.
Okay? Because what I'm not gonna let you do is not pay attention to your life.
Mhm.
That's what I'm not gonna let you do. So you're gonna end up secluded in an unhappy situation if you don't wake up. Because of the
Yeah,
same
you.
thing that you just said. I'm so glad you
Mhm.
said that. Because you have no idea. I get it. I understand exactly where you're coming from with that situation. And these
Mhm.
so-called friends. You better be your own
Exactly.
friend.
Exactly. And since then, um, I bought her a handgun. She's licensed to carry now.
I know that's right.
I just, yeah, you just never know. And now
You
she
never
sees
know.
what we were trying to tell her all along. I guess
Yeah,
sometimes it has to
you got to
happen
go
to
through
you.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
but check it out. Thank God she made it through it, Lex. She
Mhm.
understand now, but by the grace of God,
Mhm.
she had to learn the hard way, but she still is on this side. And I fear, when young folks don't want to listen, the worst thing shouldn't have to happen for you
Mhm.
to finally get it. And
Yes.
it's just like a lot going on. Like me and my niece, we be into it about that boy. You know,
Yeah, you have to, yeah, you have to be
I'm
there
gonna
to
lock him
protect
down. Do
them.
you hear me?
Yes.
Before I see him away from here, I'm gonna lock him down, and I mean it. With every fiber of my body, I mean it. I'm gonna lock him down, and I ain't even playing. for something like that happen? Yes.
Well, see, when I flew to her, me and my family, we all flew because it's like, okay, we either gonna get legal justice or it's gonna be
Yeah.
street justice
That's what I'm
because,
saying. That's what I fear. I fear like the Lord got something else He want me to do, and He don't want me away from my family. But Lex, I'm gonna lose my mind. Do you hear me? I already know,
mm-hmm,
and I really feel like that's why the Lord ain't never let nothing happen to my babies, cause it's just nothing. It's just nothing left. I'm just gone. I can't take it. It's just beyond. Like this woman, the mama, this baby's mama right here. I can't not try to hurt you for hurting mine. You see what I'm saying?
right,
Like I'm not. She a better woman than me, and I'm not even ashamed to say it, cause she got enough restraint to just sit around, to just sit there, and and then it say vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. And I know this, but I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say I'm gonna be able to let that. I'm gonna. I don't know. I don't know.
yeah, that would be something hard to swallow because I mean, you would literally just lose your mind because
Yes,
replaying all of the events and then they're coming over to your house, trying
yes.
to pretend to mourn and oh Jesus.
How dare you hurt one of mine? How
Hmm.
dare you try to hurt one of mine? How dare you?
Yeah, I mean, your family would have been going through just as much as my family.
Yes, everybody's gonna pay. Like I'm gonna be on a
Exactly.
freaking rampage, and I'm losing my mind. I
Exactly. I
already
believe in
know.
eye for an eye, so
Yes,
that's
that's what
how
I'm
that
talking
was
about. I'm
going to
not
go.
good. I'm not good with letting mine be hurt. Me not doing nothing. That's not my. I can't. I can't. You know what I mean? That's not in my body. I can't do that. I can't. I can't. I wasn't raised like that. You know what I mean? So if you want to hang with somebody, hang with your people.
Mm-hmm.
I hung with my people. You know, when I was young and coming up, there's so many cousins. And I had two sisters. If I gotta hang with somebody like that, I'm hanging with my people. I have two. I can honestly say I have two friends that I have known since school, and we was raised up together. One of my friends passed away. I
I'm
can
sorry to hear
honestly
that.
say I got two friends,
Mm-hmm.
but everybody else, I know you. You know what I mean? We acquainted. I don't
Right.
even want you around my husband in my house, but I know you. We
Right.
go have coffee, dinner, drink. Can you be in my inner circle? No, that will never happen. And it ain't even personal. I just don't know you like that. And I don't trust you. And you smiling too much. But okay, girl. This is how I feel about it. This is how I live
I
my life.
I agree with you, and I feel the same way. I mean, because it's just you just never know.
You
You
don't
just
never
never
know. I
know.
don't put nothing past nobody, Lex. I really don't.
You can't.
Like I really don't. I don't put nothing past nobody. I'm always thinking about. I'm real good with seeing behind what's seeing behind the mask and what's behind people's eyes, if you will. You
Mm-hmm.
know. And I don't even like to surround myself with a whole bunch of people if I don't have to. You know what I mean? Because I get to being quiet and I get to looking and observing. And I don't be wanting to see what's behind some people's eyes. I even get caught up with that online sometimes. And I don't like to do that because you're gonna let me see I'm gonna know who you really are, and I'm not gonna be good with it. You know, I don't like
Right.
to suffer. I don't suffer demons well. Like I really don't. Mm-mm. But anyway, child, we get too far off into this on the other subject. I hope that I can't wait till you. I will be looking out for you to stream the video because
Yeah,
I don't
I
have
will.
Instagram or Facebook. And
I
I'm so
will.
thankful for you that you are even willing to do this because I am really interested in this case. Like it's really done grabbed me. Like this one got me. Like Kanika got me. It grabbed me. Grabbed a hold to me because I was like, no, this ain't right.
Yeah, I heard about the story a few weeks ago when it first happened, but
Mm.
when the video dropped, I was getting ready to go somewhere and I got a call at 6 o'clock and said, I was sending you something all day and you haven't been responding. And I said, well, I have been busy. And she said, I think you want to look at this. And when I
Mhm.
saw it, I was like, oh my God. She
Mm.
said, yeah. Oh my
Mm.
God. Oh my God is right. And that's when I was like, oh, I gotta talk about this because this,
Yeah.
mm-mm.
What's scary for me is the fact that you can walk out your door and go to Walmart and somebody
Mm-hmm.
can shoot up the place. We've heard of all the school shootings. We've heard of all of that right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what's very demonic and insidious in this case is because this is personal. See, it's real bad when it's when you know somebody is murdered and it's personal, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's worse because it's like you ain't no telling how long you've been plotting on these people. It's like a Lifetime movie where you see where the husband done plotted for years on the wife, you know, because she rich and he want her money or something. You know what I mean? Like I've been laying with you all this time, and you've been plotting on me this whole time. You supposed to be my friend. You supposed to be my lover. You supposed to be my husband, or even friends plotting on other friends. You know, and it's like jumping off the screen, like those shows that you see on TV. Like this is really happening, like right now, like this really happens. It's not a Lifetime movie. The girl went to New Mexico and she came back. You know, they had to fly her body back home. That's crazy. It's more sinister to me. You know, you really just can't even say murder is just murder. You know what I mean? That's why you can get the death penalty in some places for premeditated murder because you thought about it, you planned it out. You know?
Right. It's just crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you a story, and this is uh it's a true story, but I'm not gonna call names because but this is pertaining to one of my cousins. So
Mhm.
he was a D boy, right? So
Mhm.
he got robbed like uh, two times by his friends.
Mhm.
So my other cousins were telling him, like, listen, you need to watch who you have around you because
Mhm.
everybody that's robbing you are your friends. So
Mhm.
few years ago, um it was like it was almost New Year's because it was December. It was almost New Year's, I'm gonna say that. We got a call saying that there was a shooting and he got murdered. Well, we know this but can't prove it.
Mhm.
One of his friends that he gave a ride home that night doubled back on foot and shot him in the head two times,
Oh
killing him.
no.
His girlfriend, she heard the shots and she ran outside, and he
Oh.
was slumped over dead in the
Oh
vehicle.
my God.
Now, the friend is still walking around here like he just didn't kill somebody. And the
Oh.
streets are talking, but nobody wants to label themselves as a snitch to tell the FBI
Mhm.
and the local authority what really happened. So his case
Mm.
is cold.
Oh my God.
His
Oh
case
my
has been
God.
cold for a few years now.
Mm. But his friend did it.
We all know the friend
Wow.
did it.
Mm. 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 Right,
And
and
he's
right,
still,
Rodney Robinson. It's always the ones closest to you. Yep. It's always your inner circle.
hmm
I agree with that. So
shot
yeah.
him in the head two times,
Wow. Oh
robbed
my
him, took the
God.
money, and yeah.
And then the thing about that is, for it to be your so-called friend,
hmm
how long have you been smiling in my face and plotting against me? See, that's what make it
Exactly.
more than a robbery, you know, because it
hmm
sounds like jealousy and envy was also involved. You know, that's extra,
hmm
you know, and it be more when it comes to something like that. It's always more, you know, something more than the money, more than a robbery. What is the real feelings behind it? See, that's what be grabbing me, and that's what grabbed me in this case. Like, you know what I mean?
hmm
What is going on under the surface? Like, why, you know, can you allow yourself to get so whichever way you feel about this person to the point to where you want to do this to a person, another human being? You know what I mean? That's real. It's just real inhumane, and it's so uncouth. It's so just you know what I mean? It's too
Right.
much. You know, and that's why I feel so bad for this young woman and her family. Um she shouldn't be having to. Her family shouldn't be having to mourn her, right now, and she should be back at home, at her business, braiding her hair and running her store, and living her everyday life. 25 years old.
I guarantee
25
you
years old.
they attended the funeral. I guarantee you.
I bet they did. I bet they did the past weekend. I bet they did. Especially Khalil and Nazir.
Mm-hmm.
If nobody else attended, them two attended. What you want to bet?
Oh, I believe it because my cousin's murderer, he attended the funeral crying like, "Oh God, he
Mm,
was the girlfriend or mom or something like that." And we're
mm,
looking the whole time like this, you know.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. That's so. It's so just insidious. You know what I mean? It's just so. It's. So I don't know, but maybe, like I said, if perhaps Um, but I'm glad for the internet because I do think the FBI is now investigating the case. Because, like I
Mhm.
said, had they not been investigating, the passports wouldn't be suspended or whatever. So
Mhm.
clearly something's being done, and so hopefully soon we'll get some more answers as to why. I just want to know why. I want to know why. You know,
Yeah.
and
That
I really do think that, and the girl that posted that the comment that you put on the community wall, what was her name?
visionary.
Yeah, I'm thinking, okay, so she already done called out Nazir for lying and saying he wasn't there. Who she gonna call out next?
Winter. Because listen,
Mm,
I didn't fight her by myself. You did
right,
this. I did that. You did this.
right. She's not gonna be the only one to take the fall. She gonna tell on everybody.
Now, if I were Elise, I would be the one telling on everybody because nobody has mentioned her name as far as
Right. Mm-hmm.
being a part of the fight. But I'm sure she was recording too.
Yep.
So I would be the first one. Hey,
I know that's right.
I got a story to tell.
I go to the FBI
Mm-hmm.
if I wasn't doing nothing but recording. I didn't throw no blows or nothing like that. I was there.
Mm-hmm.
I was recording. But let me tell you what really happened.
Mm-hmm.
Can you cut a deal with me? Can I get immunity?
Exactly. I'll tell everything. We plot
I didn't
this
put
thing
my hands
before
on
we,
her.
yeah, we plot this before we even got here. I would tell
Right.
everything.
Everything. Everything. Try to get me a deal. hmm
Mm-hmm.
Sure would if she was smart. How we know she? How we know she ain't the one that? I don't know. Child, we a time to tell, Lex. Time to tell. But I'm
I
gonna be
know.
keeping my eye on this one.
Me
Um,
too.
and so yeah, I'm still gonna be, sniffing around trying to do what I do. A lot of this is happening on IG though, and I don't have IG. And yeah, so that's why I'm thankful for you, streaming, like you've been streaming.
Mm-hmm.
And because a lot of these apps, like I refuse to deal with another social media app. I just flat out refuse. And you know that I think Facebook is the devil. I be saying it for years, so that's never going. It's like a no for me forever.
Right.
So I don't know whatever will be going on that because I refuse. Uh, so cause that Zuckerberg, yeah, he danced in the synagogue of Satan, and him I ain't got him to do at all. But anyway, let me get off here, child. Lex, thanks so much for coming on and giving your input.
You're
Uh,
welcome.
you know what I mean? Cause you can you've been I'm sure you know a lot more than I do about this, but I was just wanting to come on and kind of ask a couple of questions. See if we can walk through the chain of events. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And because I think that they are all complicit.
Right.
And but yeah, but thank you, for keeping an eye on it. Like I said on the Instagram and all of that, because I really appreciate it. Because like I said, I heard your video too, yesterday. Along with a whole bunch of the other the blog pages and stuff like that. And I went to try to find and I seen the news article. I mean the article in the Daily Wheel as well as the what the mom said on the news, the local news channel.
Hmm.
And because I just don't want to go by hearsay, you know what I
Right.
mean. And
Right.
so, but the only thing we can do is speculate. When it comes to something, when it comes to the intentions, the true intentions.
Right.
But I think time will tell, though. I really do.
Yes, ma'am.
I
Now
really
you need to
do.
work on this takeoff case. I was gonna do a video about it, but I because I found some things out about that case. Why haven't nobody been arrested for that one?
I don't. You talking about that rapper takeoff guy?
Mm-hmm.
I did one video about it, but I was thinking about it because his family is losing it, and I think they're losing it
Did you
over
see?
money because he didn't have a will. Girl, I'm like, what the world is going on here?
Yes, did you see the stepbrother, well not stepbrother, half brother coming out saying that the mother kept him from the father, and I'm like, how? Because when he was old enough to go see your
Hmm.
dad, he didn't go see him, so you can't
Right.
believe everything that you hear. But
Well, because
what
he's a grown man, he could have seen his dad if he wanted to. Hmm.
exactly? And
Yeah.
also the police one of them allegedly, there's pictures out there with them all together, but has some type
Yeah.
of dealings with Jay Prince Sr. And one of them
Yeah.
lives, well, is originally from the Fifth Ward. So I'm like, okay, so they all in the bed together. I guess
Hmm.
this family will never get justice
Right.
because no one's doing the work to arrest somebody.
You're right. I just think that it's But yeah, I was thinking about doing another video about it, because of the family involvement. All of them been in for you know they all are online and it's a lot going on.
Hmm.
They backbiting and backstabbing one
Hmm.
another. I'm like, oh my God, it's a lot going on. Like I dare my family members to bring something that is family related online. I dare them.
I know, and I mean, the father, he wants his cut of the 26 million,
Yes.
and I'm like, if you don't go sit down somewhere,
Just greed, just blood money. They all
hmm
thirsty after the blood money, like they like a school of piranhas. You know, they
hmm
just all just they just is biting for the blood money, child. Biting
yes,
for the blood money.
ma'am.
That's what's going on, though. Yeah. Did he have any kids?
No, no
Okay.
kids.
Wow.
But did you
Hmm.
see the? I want to say she was, well, she looked white, but she probably wasn't white. The girl that said that he flew her in to Houston, and she was
No.
there too.
Oh no, no, I didn't. Oh wow.
Oh, yeah, she said that he flew her in. They were there since the 28th or the 29th of October.
Mm,
And he flew her in and she was there too, but he wanted her to ride separately from them in the
mm.
event that something happened because he
Oh
said
wow.
he had bad vibes. He was getting
Oh
bad.
wow. Oh
Mm-hmm.
wow. No, I
Yep.
didn't. I didn't hear anything about that at all. But I also think that the industry is involved as well, especially when you was talking about that those that Jay Prince senior guy,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that it's a but what I think that the industry is involved to a large extent, but I also think that it's awful gross the way that his family, because it's always the family for me is coming online really basically fighting about money. They're
Mm-hmm.
fighting about money more than they worried about justice for the young man,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
that is so unfortunate to me. You know,
Yeah, I
to know
agree.
that your family will be more worried about the money, more worried about the bag, than finding justice for who actually killed this young man. I think that's so sad to me.
You're right, and as far as the industry is concerned, I believe you because the owner of the record company that he was attached to, his mother did an interview saying that
Mhm.
she believed that Takeoff was a sacrifice because
Mhm.
feels like she's a sacrifice.
Mhm. Yeah, I seen that. I seen a little bit of that on what is her name? A Gossip Girls channel.
Mm-hmm.
I heard a little bit of the audio for that, and I don't put nothing past nobody, especially when it comes to those that twerk around in the synagogue of Satan. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't put nothing past nobody, because they use that Kabbalah magic, okay? Because
Right.
they ain't who they say they are, and a lot of the times when it comes to these rappers and black people, they are worth more dead than alive these days,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And so, yeah, I'm not shocked by nothing that lady said. It don't even surprise me. And
Mm-mm.
I believe her. I
I
really
do
do
too.
believe her.
I do too.
I believe her.
No
I believe
factor
that she
didn't.
said that they separated heard from her son, and I believe her
Mm-hmm.
because they want to control and manipulate him. I believe her, sure do.
Right. And what I never knew until I listened to the mother, but prima donna is married to the other son. So I was like, okay, now it all makes a little
Mm,
sense
mhm, mhm.
as to what she was saying.
Yeah, yeah. At first, like you would think that the lady is crazy, but then you know, if you been, I listened to a lot of videos over the years, from some of these other rappers and stuff talking about the industry and how insidious it is and stuff like that. So by the time I heard this lady, she don't sound crazy to me at all, and I believe her.
No, I believe her too. But if
I
you
believe
decide
her.
if you want to do a story about it, let me know because yeah, I've watched a lot of
Yeah,
videos about about that, and I think it's truly sad that here we are going into what, week two or going
yeah.
into week three,
Week three.
and nothing has happened, not
Yeah,
even an
yeah.
update.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. But Uh, girl, time gonna have to tell. Time gonna have to tell. We got to
Mhm.
keep an eye on all these stories, Lex. But thank you for being really vigilant about these cases. You know what I mean? I can only take so much. Every once in a while, you know, I would do a true crime video, but they few and far between. You know,
Mhm.
and it's for a reason because I get invested in the stories like this because I always want to know why.
Right.
You know what I mean? We know that the person is no longer with us, but why? Why really is the
Mhm.
person no longer with us?
Yes, ma'am.
You
It's
know, even when it comes to the takeout situation, why? What is the extra? You know, I like to know what's below the surface of it all. You know,
yeah.
and so because it's just so oof, you know, just so I don't know, it just vexes my soul the way folks
Yeah,
act,
it's a
the
lot.
way folks treat one another, to value life. You know, this just I don't know the way that they don't value life is beyond me.
Mhm.
Mm-mm. But all right, love, I will get off of here. Thank you
All
so
right.
much for
Well, tell
joining me this
Brandy I said
afternoon.
hello,
I
and
will.
kiss the side for me because I know he's a big boy now.
He is a fat, chunky dog. He don't never stop moving. He move in his sleep. I'm gonna
Oh
have to get an up to date picture and post it for you. He move in his sleep, child. Do you hear me?
God.
He is on the go 24 hours. I am literally too old to babysit that one particular child right there. I can't move fast enough. It ain't possible.
Well,
It ain't possible.
I know you got your hands full.
Yes, but they all sweet. They my babies. I love them to
Hmm.
death. And I just be paranoid about something happening to them, especially a case like this. And you know,
Yeah,
and so yeah, keep me up at night, Lex. It really does. That's why I be getting attached to these cases and be wanting to know why. You
yeah,
know, and so yeah, because I cannot imagine for this Khalil guy. My goodness.
your
Mm-mm.
best friend.
They make folks different these days.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to
Mm-mm.
tell you, your best friend recorded your death.
Mm. They said, ain't you go fight back?
Exactly.
And then went to your mama house with a whole load of lies? Wow. And like you said, 9 times out of 10 went to the funeral too.
Hmm.
Wow. The one that crying the loudest out of everybody. Probably crying louder than the mama.
Hmm.
Hmm. Lord have
I don't know.
mercy.
I hope that her family gets justice.
Me
That's all.
too.
I just pray that they get justice because can
Me
you
too.
imagine
No.
walking around and then running into this person at your local
Mm-mm.
Walmart or the gas
Mm-mm.
station?
Mm-mm. I can't
No,
imagine. I told you I ain't made like that.
no. I probably
Mm-mm.
run them over with my car.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yes, honey. Yes. I just. Mm-mm. Nope. But we're gonna pray for her strength,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
and pray that that people start opening their eyes and seeing the world for what it is, and realizing that you really can't trust nobody for real.
You're
You
absolutely
know,
correct.
you got to watch your back. You got to listen to to that discernment, that little voice in the back of your head It's your discerning
Mhm.
spirit trying to warn you, you know. And if you feel, a way about a person, you better pay attention to it. You better think about it. Don't shake it off.
Right.
That is your inner self trying to warn you that, hey, danger, danger, Will Rogers, danger. you know.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
anyway, child, let me get off here. I didn't even realize this was gonna be 2 hours, but I thank you so much for joining the video. What I
You're
mean, cause
welcome.
you know some stuff that I don't know. You listen to more of the stuff I can't listen to whatever's going on Instagram or nothing like that. Cause like I said, I refuse to download another entertainment application. This is enough for me, child. This all I can do right here. I'm not even lying to you. So anyway, yeah, but I'll be listening out for you streaming the Instagram video of the dad
Mhm.
doing the interview. Okay, I'll be listening out
Yes,
for that.
ma'am.
All right,
It'll be
love. I'll talk
sometime
to you
tomorrow,
later.
but
Okay,
I'm gonna work on my story for later on that I was telling you about.
I'll be
But
listening out for that too. I got
okay,
my
well,
notification on.
okay, well, thank you for having me.
All right, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. For trying
Mhm.
to add clarity because all we can do is speculate until people start talking.
Yes, ma'am.
And so yeah, I guess we'll find out. So
We'll
anyway, I'm about to
see.
get off here, child. Thank you, and I'll be looking out for your live a little later on in the day.
Okay, I'll talk to
Okie
you later.
dokie. Okie dokie. Bye bye. Okay, y'all. So I guess I'm going to get off of here. Um, Thanks to Lex for coming up, and also somebody came up earlier. Her name was Hollywood Next or something like that, I believe. And I appreciate her coming up. And hey Elle, how you doing? And yes, I talked about that earlier, Leah. Elle, if y'all just coming in the room, please be a part of the replay gang. And we covered a lot of information today. And like I said, it is so sad what happened to this beautiful young woman. And we just want to know why, basically. Basically, we just want to know why. And so I'm gonna get off of here, and I'm gonna talk to you guys later. I hope you guys will be looking out. Um if you haven't subscribed to Lex's channel, I hope that you will, because I'm sure a lot of you are going to want to hear what the father has to say about this. He may be releasing some new information, some more pieces to the puzzle that we haven't heard yet. Who knows? But I really want to hear what he has to say. I think she said that was going to be tomorrow. So and then of course I'll be sniffing around, see if I can find out anything else, because these people, these they are starting to talk because they want to tell on each other. And so yeah, so we just gonna have to wait and see, and hopefully we'll get to the bottom of this, um as opposed to like the Kanika Jenkins case, where nobody really ever got to the bottom of anything. There never was any justice when it came to Kanika Jenkins, but hopefully in the case of Shanquella, I'm sorry, there will be justice. Justice will be served. And so, yeah, that's all I got. I'm going to talk to you guys later. Please enjoy the rest of your day. Please hit the like button if you haven't already, and please be part of the replay gang if you came in first. Thanks for everybody that was so interactive, sharing information in the chat. And so, yeah, y'all be safe out there. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye. Peace.